Hey everyone, it's Amy again. Hope you guys are doing okay on the challenge so far. We are going into Friday, TGIF. Yes, I don't know how many of you are excited that it's Friday, but I know I am. I'm just gonna be truth be told, it's actually Thursday night before I go to bed that I'm making this video, but it's for Friday and I'm already getting in the mindset of Friday, and Fridays make me happy. Except this Friday I'm a little bit stressed, and that actually leads to what we are talking about today, and that is emotional eating. Um, you might say you are an emotional eater, you might say you're not an emotional eater. One thing I would like us all to think though for a minute is that everybody is an emotional eater. They just might not be aware that they're an emotional eater, and it's very possible that they have it in check though, and it's not something that is out of control. But this is a really important topic for me because I think I spent most of my life emotionally eating or avoiding food because of emotions and how I would feel about that. If you guys remember in the welcome video, I just talked a little bit about my own experience and why this is so important for me to do things like this. So as a child, when it came to food, I would have a lot of varying different emotions. Sometimes I would just feel horrified of food. I was afraid of food. I was afraid what the food was going to do to me. I kind of always had this belief system as a young child that if I ate something, I would instantly gain 100 pounds. That's truly how I felt, just because I was young, and it's not like we have all this wealth of information as young children. So I was just going off of what environment was showing me. And then, growing up and just changing, and then, a lot of times food, I realized I like how food made me feel. Like if I was really sad, I would have a Snickers. I mean, seriously, I loved Snickers when I was probably from the age of like 12 to probably now. I don't eat Snickers anymore, but I bet if I had one, I instantly would be reminded of how yummy they are and how they make me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. But really, that's the reality of food. We can eat when we're happy, we can eat when we're sad, we can eat when we're stressed, we can eat when we're bored. I mean, that's a big one for a lot of people, being bored and eating, because, what else is to do? We turn on the TV or we're just, sitting around and we just snack. It's just this mindless thing that we do. And again, it's kind of interesting. It's society. We have this condition that we just do in society where everything is around food. Um, we want to celebrate something, and so we go out to dinner, or we have our parties with food. Super Bowl, I mean, you're having food. All the holidays, you're having food. Somebody graduates, you're having food. Somebody dies, you're having food. I mean, so it's just constantly everything that we do. It's part of our culture if you think about it, and it's okay. What I want to say right now, it's okay that we do, celebrate and we have food at our celebrations. I'm not saying don't do that. It's just interesting to look at. Um, because on all those special occasions, we usually have yummy, good, great food. But what happens when every single meal is kind of like a celebration meal? You're having like the yummy, good food that you probably should only be treating yourself to once in a while on that occasion. Um, I have a story from my childhood. Every year, my mom would make fudge. We'd, pull out all the stops and just make all this homemade sweets. Well, I remember there were times, even during the dead heat of summer, that fudge would be made because, it really wanted to be eaten. It was trying to fill this void of just, sadness or, being alone. And food's always there. Food's always a constant. So I think it's easy for anybody, really, no matter how you grew up, what your story is, to find comfort in food. If you get on Pinterest, you can type in comfort foods, and you will get an array of comfort foods that come up. People like macaroni and cheese. People have soups. People have chips. For me, comfort food as a kid, Doritos, cheese Doritos, hands down. I have very fond memories about me and my love for cheese Doritos. Yes, I still will eat them at sometimes. It's actually been a while since I've had it, and I have to be careful because if you get a bag in this house, I'm going to eat the whole bag. So we just have different ways we relate to food. And then that goes into, let's talk about how our brain works. We have serotonin and dopamine in our brains. There are these receptors that are kind of regulating how we're supposed to feel. Believe it or not, food impacts that. Certain foods that we eat can do a release of dopamine or a release of serotonin. It really just depends on, again, chemicals that food may be releasing into our brains. When you go to McDonald's and you're eating their fries and you can't stop eating them, you can't put them down, that is because there's actually a chemical signaling your brain that to eat more. It's essentially messing the brain up. The brain's supposed to communicate with all the fun little stuff in our body that's like, okay, we're full, we've had enough, we're done, is now being like kind of shoved out of the way for, oh, more, and things aren't being communicated between feeling full and feeling satisfied. It just gets all messed up. So that's, again, really important why we try to eat clean. So I really could have a whole series. I could talk about emotional eating for days. I really think I could. But it's really important as you're doing this clean eating challenge, as you're thinking about taking this on as a lifestyle, or maybe you already are a clean eater, and you're just doing this to get a different perspective. Whatever your reason for being here right now, think about how you're feeling when you eat. That is the challenge for today. Think about what you're feeling before you start putting food in your mouth. So I just counted those. So we're on day 4, and I think we've been doing pretty good. Today for me, it was a really hard day. I'm a perfectionist, and I get overwhelmed by lots of things, and I really was trying to find something. Like, I just wanted to eat anything. Something. I just wanted to eat something. Something that just would, in all reality, just make me feel good. That comforts. However, I don't have anything in the house that can fulfill that. And so I was able to really put in, as I was thinking about this, it was interesting. I have tons of fruits and vegetables I could eat. I have lots of good things I could put together that would have been healthy for me to consume and to snack on. But that's not really what I needed or what I really wanted. So of course I didn't actually make anything or eat the vegetable stuff because I wasn't hungry. So here's something to keep in mind. If you're actually hungry, you will be willing to eat the vegetables. You'll be willing to eat the fruit. You'll be willing to eat the healthy, clean food because that's, your body wants that and you're hungry. If it's an emotional place you're coming from of why you're wanting to eat, you're probably trying to find the chips. You're probably trying to find the cookies. You're probably trying to find something that provides something completely different for you. So keep that in mind today. I want you to just jot down. I just want you to jot down, whether in your phone, like if you have an iPhone, you have the notes in there, or even Droids. I'm sure all smartphones have a way to do that. Or even on sticky notes, or just somewhere, jot down what you're feeling when you go to grab a piece of food when you're thinking about eating. Is it truly a place from hunger, or is it coming from an emotional place? And if it's coming from an emotional place, I want you to take a look at those emotional lifelines that I have in the files and try doing one of those, or come up with one on your own. I mean, go for a walk, drink a glass of water, talk to somebody, pray, just something to stop the next step of actually putting the food in your mouth, to delay that reaction that's starting in our brain that's saying, oh, I'm feeling sad, I really want to make that emotion go away by doing this. Because really what's happened is now we've created a whole pathway for addiction in our brains when it comes to food. And again, I can go on and on and on, and I don't want to. I don't want to take too much of your time this morning. So if you're interested in knowing more about emotional eating and food addiction, just, private message me or comment. We can definitely chat about it. Something I'm definitely passionate about and have learned a lot about in the last few years. So with that being said, today, have a great day. Be happy, be well, just love life. And if you're having a bad day, it's okay. Try to find something else to do besides fill that bad day, um, placate that bad day with bad food, okay? So I'll be checking in with you guys later. I hope it goes well. Feel free to private message me with any questions and concerns, okay, guys?